everyone needs to write their own boob girl story. That's what I hear. Don't look at me like that.
Our next guest wrote hers. I know, never intending for all of this, a series of books, but it's exactly what's happened, right?
I know. We're pleased to welcome Boob author Joy Johnson. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you. What's an old broad to do?
Write a book.
Write a book.
Write a book.
Absolutely. The burned out old broads, that's the title, or Boob Girls for short. How did this all start? Because you've got a series of books now.
And I never intended to have a series. My husband, Dr. Marvin Johnson, and I founded Centering Corporation 35 years ago, so we've done grief work, bereavement, and I've written and edited a lot of books on grief. Then I retired, and I always wanted to know how a novel came together. So I sat down, and Maggie Patton, the Sandhills rancher, walked onto the first page, and they just went from there, and they began to sell, and I was pleased, surprised, and fascinated.
Well, I
They've
heard
done
you,
really
some of your friends and family kind of read it first, and they loved it so much, that's what fueled you to keep going with it.
And the first book, the second book was pushing in before I finished it, and the third book was pushing in before I finished it.
Isn't that interesting, yeah?
But the third book, I didn't have anything, so I put the end. But then I went to an agent's website, and she said in a rather loud font, I absolutely refuse to read any manuscript that has a dead body on the first page. I thought, what a heck of an idea. So book 4, which I'll start in January, starts out with a mean old dude from Meadow Lakes retirement community, face down, spread-eagled on the dining room floor with the residents around him, and his back of his head is smashed in, his throat's cut, there's a nylon cord around his neck, a bullet hole in his jacket, and a knife in his back, and the sweet Catholic girl, Mary Rose McGill, says,
Joy.
Are we sure he's dead?
I see you took her advice, right?
Yeah, right, I did indeed. You have to listen to these people.
Hey, I got to ask you about Phyllis Diller, because there's a quote from her on the front of your books, and we're looking at a picture. Where did she come into this?
Yes. I got a letter with a little card with a bright red stiletto on it, and inside it said, "Thank you for writing this delightful book, Phyllis Diller." And I thought, yeah, right.
Did you nearly fall over?
Well, I looked at the address, return address, and it was Brentwood, California, Hollywood. And so the next day I wrote to her and said, as appropriate with burned out old broads, I thought of this while in the bathroom. Will you endorse the Boob Girls? And I sent her some of our grief material from Centering. And she immediately wrote back and said, use this line, the Boob Girls are the good girls. And then she said, thank you for the grief materials. And not everyone even mentions that. So I Googled her. She was a concert pianist before she became the first woman stand-up comic. But she had 6 children. A baby died at 3 weeks. A daughter died of a stroke at 48. A son died at 50 of cancer. And a 4th child, a daughter, has severe schizophrenia.
Oh, and who would know? All she does is make people laugh.
She really points out how much we need a sense of humor as we grow older.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, you speak to groups all the time about the making of a boob girl. Right. What do you say?
Well, one of the big things that I say, Mike, is that older women are beautiful.
Yeah.
And no, you're in trouble now because you're 31. You know,
She's keeping track of me.
You're still a boob girl in training.
I'm in my training bra.
You're right. You're set with it. But as a society, we just pretty much cut it off. We have these 3 little words, and they are women over 40. And then we get the message that after 40, it's just too bad. But I think older women are beautiful. I mean, our faces are chiseled with wrinkles. Our hair is blown thin by winds of experience. We have so much wisdom and knowledge in our heads that it just kind of oozes down the rest of our body, and that's why we get thicker after age 50. And I think we're just beginning to see that there's real beauty in aging and experience.
Well, you were saying, you know, makeup companies don't pay attention. Clothing designers aren't necessarily creating lines for older women.
Look at this huge demographic that we are the largest growing demographic.
They've got to pay attention, right?
And and we have all kinds of illnesses, but we're burned out sometimes physically, but not emotionally or spiritually or intellectually.
We want to get to Teddy Bear Hollow.
That's one of the things that you support, Teddy Bear Hollow. And they're good friends of ours on the show here.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much. Julia was on recently writing a book for Teddy Bear Hollow, and Marv and I, my husband and I, founded Teddy Bear Hollow along with our daughter, who is now executive director of Centering Corporation. I'm still looking for a word that means both humble and proud. Because I'm proud of centering in Teddy Bear Hollow and the Boob Girls. And I'm really humbled that I was allowed to do this, that I was able.
Well, and now that you see the lives that you have touched with Teddy Bear Hollow and with these books, perhaps the books you'll never know, right? How many people have identified with this message?
Where do you go from here?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, well, I plan on coming back to Morning Blend a lot.
Hey, you were saying the burned out old broads in Little Italy have a thing for this guy?
Him. I spoke to a group in Bellevue yesterday of absolutely gorgeous women, and that you were the topic of conversation. Look at him, put the camera on.
Thank you.
Doing this. Yeah, they love you.
Good.
They love you. And in the book one, the girls get in a Hummer and trailer and take off with every woman's fantasy, no forwarding address. And they end up on the West Coast adopting and loving the boys who own and run the Ragged Ass Saloon. You could be cast as the owner, Jimmy.
I could be the owner of the
Jimmy.
Ragged Ass Saloon.
That's probably more fitting than you even realize.
There's a clothesline all around the ceiling hung with underwear. So you would fit right in.
I can see myself there right now.
Quickly, before we run out of time, it's theboobgirls.com, and Joy has done something special for our viewers. If you go there and you click on the cover of one of the books on our website, it takes you through to check out, and you'll see the Morning Blend logo there on that page. Click there to save a little bit of money, Joy. It's nice to see you.
$5 per book, but be sure to put www.theboobgirls.com, or you will meet many well-endowed young women.
Great.
Not necessarily.
Mike's already got his phone out.
Don't just Google boobs.
No, don't recommend that at all.
Thank you, Joy.
Thanks for coming,
Pleasure
Joy.
to
Yeah,
a
it's
real
great
treat.
to meet you. Yeah, it has
all right,
been.
know someone you think would enjoy this Boob Girls series? Well, you can share the link of Joy's visit this morning. You're going to find it posted with our other show clips at OmahaMorningBlend.com, and that'll be up shortly after today's show.
That's right. That was fun. Still ahead, supporting a cause by eating out will hit the kitchen for Omaha Restaurant Week.
And in Wednesday website, a tool for runners or even wannabe runners. Kayla Thomas joins us on the other side of the break.